Imagine a bustling modern city, skyscrapers gleaming under the sunlight, cars weaving through crowded streets, and people moving briskly to keep pace with their ambitions. Among them was Ethan, a hardworking and intelligent boy with a quiet demeanor. At first glance, you might not notice him. He tended to blend into the background. Ethan wasn't shy, but he was held back by something far more powerful: a lack of self-confidence. In class, when the teacher asked a question, Ethan would instantly know the answer. But he'd hesitate, torn by the thought, what if I'm wrong? What if they laugh at me? On the basketball court with his friends, Ethan played well, but he'd always pass the ball instead of taking the big shot. The little whisper of doubt in his mind was relentless. You're not good enough! One morning, the school principal made an exciting announcement during assembly. A citywide innovation competition! Students were invited to come up with creative solutions for everyday problems in the community. The idea sparked excitement across the room, and for a fleeting moment, Ethan felt a flicker of inspiration too. But almost immediately, doubt crept in. Why even try? There are students far smarter than me! Ethan quietly resolved to sit this one out. That was until Emma, his closest friend and fiercest supporter, nudged him during lunch.
Ethan, you're creative. Why don't you give it a shot? Even if you don't win, it'll be fun, and you'll learn something.
But what if I fail?
So what? Failing doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you're bold enough to try.
Her words lingered in his mind. That night, he sat at his desk and scribbled down ideas. He wanted to make a difference. He started to think about his grandparents and how often they had trouble finding transportation around the city. That's when it hit him. What if I design an app that helps seniors find rides easily? The thought excited him, sparking a sense of purpose he hadn't felt before. Ethan threw himself into the project over the following weeks, but it wasn't smooth sailing. He encountered technical glitches, hit dead ends with his coding, and once even lost a whole evening's work to a system crash. Each time, frustration brewed. Maybe I should just quit, he muttered more than once. But Emma's words echoed in his mind. If I don't believe in myself, who will? Instead of giving up, he pushed harder. He researched online, asked questions, and even sought help from his older brother. Slowly but surely, the app began to take shape. Then came the day of the competition. The school auditorium was packed. Rows of judges sat at the front, polished nameplates in front of them, while the crowd murmured with excitement. Ethan's palms were sweaty as he waited backstage. His heart was a drum in his chest. Doom, doom, doom. He could almost hear his doubts whispering, what if you mess up? What if they don't like it? But as he took the stage, he paused for a moment and closed his eyes. He thought about all the late nights, the setbacks, the determination that had brought him here. Then he opened his eyes, took a deep breath, and began.
Good morning, everyone. Today, let me introduce you to an idea that can make transportation easier for our senior citizens.
As he presented, something incredible happened. The doubt faded. His excitement took over, and the audience leaned in, captivated by his passion and clarity. Ethan was in his element. When he finished, the room burst into applause. The judges smiled and nodded at one another. A few hours later, as the winners were announced, Ethan heard his name called for first place! The crowd cheered. Emma jumped up and down, and Ethan stood frozen for a moment before walking to the stage to accept his trophy. But as the applause washed over him, he realized the real prize wasn't the trophy in his hands. It was the confidence swelling in his chest. I did it, he thought. Not because I'm perfect, but because I tried. From that day on, Ethan was no longer afraid of risks. He still faced moments of doubt, like everyone does, but now he knew that confidence doesn't mean never failing. It means rising every time you fall. And as for his app, it went on to help seniors all over the city, a testament to what's possible when you trust yourself enough to take the first step. The moral of the story? No one is born brimming with confidence. It's something you build when you face your fears and keep going, no matter how many times you stumble. So, the next time doubt knocks at your door, remember Ethan's journey and take your shot. The end!